second speaker of our today's webinar is Dr. S. Praveen Kumar. He is from Hyderabad, and he is a principal and HOD Department of Medicine. Also, JSPS Government Homeo Medical College of Hyderabad. He is a trustee and PRO of Global Homeopathy Foundation. Actually, when I called him, to ask for his biodata about his introduction, he said, Shobha, you keep a very short of it. Huh? Meaning, see, if you understand how humble he is, the type of work he is doing is very great. But when it comes to his introduction, he said, you keep it very crisp. Whereas he is doing a lot of work in Hyderabad. Then he is also he's also the award winner of the first best teacher award winner. If you see that, it is there in 2002, 2017, 2005, 2014. So he has won a lot many awards. He's also like the best teacher in Mahendra Singh Memorial National College. Also the visiting professor and PG guide and examiner of many in India. Then he is also PG guide to a Hahnemann Homeo College in London and a researcher of homeopathic medicine. He has done a lot of work, and they had a big project on to HIV and AIDS in collaboration with the Indian Institute of Chemical Technology of Hyderabad. So with this, I welcome Dr. Praveen Kumar sir. Yes, Dr. Praveen Kumar sir, welcome. And the stage is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, dear friends. As Dr. Vrushali opened the innings, I'm here on the non-striking end, listening to her beautiful presentation. In fact, I'm a little envious about her. She is looking brighter than what she was earlier. I don't know if she would have put a little more light on these things.
All thanks to NJH, yeah.
And I also observe one more thing. Dr. Vishpalas, that NJH banner is falling down so many times.
To attract attention. Please look at me, please look at me.
Anyway, without wasting much time, today Dr. Vrushali has made a very difficult subject of posology, which is a very difficult subject. As Dr. Shobha was rightly saying, like whenever the session ends, everybody would question, why not 6, why not 30, why not 1M, why not CM? I'll tell you, Dr. Vishpala would recollect one case we were discussing when she came to Hyderabad. One girl tried to attempt suicide 2 times because she wanted to become Kiran Bedi. Okay, not now governor, earlier, like IPS officer. And she attempted because she had a lot of problems. I don't want to go into those details. And obviously, we all select the drug Aurum Metallicum very easily. Okay, let us see Aurum Metallicum. She has a big target, not able to fulfill or having some problems. So she tried. I gave Aurum Metallicum 10M. Usually, if I am happy with some quality, like she was telling Vrushali, like if the symptoms are qualified, if are at the higher level, we go to the high. There is a saying in Stuart Close Posology chapter, higher the potency, so higher the characteristics, higher the potency. So I selected, I gave it. There were no changes in her mentality, in her beating, in her shouting, all those things. Then I thought, no, my drug is correct, but my potency is not correct. So I went to 50M. There was no change. I gave enough time. The parents who were my patients, they were becoming impatient. What happened, sir? Whenever you give 1 dose, it would happen some change, but nothing happened. So then I gave Aurum Metallicum CM. Do you know she has just finished BTech, joined IAS coaching center. So this is where we had to give CM, but we gave 10M. We thought it is correct. And most of the times what we do is like we change the drug. Don't change the drug. So that is the reason why the posology looks a little difficult. But if you have the mathematical calculations, the individual susceptibility, the constitution understanding, and the characteristic features available in that totality, then naturally it would be easier. Of course, it is little difficult to practice for the neophytes, but as the days progress, you will learn. You would definitely learn. I'll give you one more small example. When we were in our MD, Dr. S.M. Singh, a very great homeopath from Allahabad, he presented a case of a very VVIP who was on a ventilator in a hospital, and he was called to see the patient. He saw the patient, and we know what is the drug for corpse revival. A dead body can be woken up. So, like Sushant Singh Rajput can come out like that. So he selected the drug Carbovage. But do you know, he gave CM. We all believe at a very pathological state, at the end of one's stage, we think we should give lower potencies. He has read the last paragraph in Borix Materia Medica. It is given like higher. In his understanding, in his experience, so you can give highest potency possible in those conditions. Probably he would have thought, I don't know what was his feeling, he would have thought, either ya udhar, don't worry, give it. But we can't do it in all the cases, either ya udhar. So that is what, like, the experience teaches them to select a higher potency or the lowest potency. So Vrushali has got 20 years of experience. I asked her, I have double the experience than you, but you are the opener. When Dr. Shobha Shah said, Mr. Modi, ruling is only for 6 years. Others are 60 years. How will you rate it? So she is our Modi now. Anyway, now let us go to the next. So anyway, as usual, tradition, custom. So we salute our
Sir,
master.
you being a senior, you had to complete it. So the major responsibility is on you.
No. That completion she has done almost. She has given the kit. It includes everything. I am just only supplementing to what she has already spoken. So my way of prescribing LM potency, it looks like Rajan Shankaran's statement. My way of, my miasm, malaria miasm, typhoid miasm. It looks like. But at the end of the whole presentation, I will tell you why am I differing from the traditional one. A little difference. Anyway, so LM potency. I'll start with the cases. Like a young boy, 13 years. He was brought to the OP and I was working here. Now I'm retired. Dr. Shobha, you did not tell me I'm working as professor in James College, but I retired as a principal in JSPS. Doesn't matter. Don't worry. I don't find fault with you. So when I was there working there, he was brought to the clinic in 2016. He had convulsions with jerking of right hand and right leg lasting for 5 minutes. In the aura, he had blurred vision, and this was since 1 year. At that time, he was taken to all the physicians. It was diagnosed to be tuberculoma of the brain. So we know tuberculoma is a clinical manifestation of tuberculosis, where the small tubercles form into a big lump, and it can cause intracranial tension, the space occupying lesion, all these things, along with the tuberculosis effects. So he was given AKT, he was given anti-epileptic drugs like Levipil or something like. After 7 months, even after the treatment, he suffered with convulsions when he was in the school. He was taken to a big hospital, where they have taken MRI again, and it was confirmed again as tuberculosis. So for the past 7 to 12 months, all the treatment would not do anything for this tuberculosis. So the boy was brought to a homeopathic hospital. Past history, appendectomy. Personal history, desire for spicy fruits and eggs. Thirst is less, urine is clear, and he is suffering from bedwetting. 13-year-old boy, bedwetting is one other factor. Stubborn child, as a child, wants everything according to his will, does not obey his parents' wishes or their commands. He desires company. He has fear of being alone and darkness, particularly when he goes to sleep. Can you please guess the drug? Anyway, without wasting much time, this is, of course, the MRI findings where tuberculoma, granulomatous lesions, those were suggested. We have done the repatriation in the hospital. Costicum was the drug, which also covers tubercles in the brain. Only one drug in Robin Murphy. That is my favorite repertory. I check on the table immediately one rubric and then prescribe. Usually I don't do repatriation. Then, so we have given, this is our hospital discharge summary. The boy was under my care in my ward. So we have given Costicum 0/1. Why? Why did I give 0/1? Why not Costicum 10M? The boy was having all the problems. And it could cause, Hahnemann came to LM potency when he was afraid of aggravations. And some other aggravation in a small child could lead to some damage. And the boy is already on so many other remedies. I have to give a drug which can be repeated. So there is no other choice but to give an LM potency. So I have given Costicum 0/1. How do I prescribe? I said my way of prescription. You can read in the discharge summary, 3 times a day, 1 pill in 1/4 cup of water. Okay, 15 days we have given. This is all follow up in the discharge summary. Every time whenever he comes, we write on that. Tuberculum 1M was given because he complained of decreased appetite first time, which was not there earlier. And then we followed it up with Costicum 0/3 after a week's gap. Then 7th April, we rose it to 0/6. I give jumping potency, which has been advised also. Then we asked him to go for MRI. 23rd June MRI, brain showed completely normal. No tubercles. Mind well, 7-9 months of treatment in allopathic hands, AKT, everything. Only Costicum, 1 dose of tuberculin. Costicum 0/9. Then I rose it to Costicum 0/12. The boy became completely all right. Last prescription, Costicum 0/12. And I told the boy and parents, no need to come back. Not that I was retiring, but said, no need to come back. The boy's father came recently for preventive medicine for corona. So I asked him, how is the boy? What boys are? He's already there in, I think, intermediate or something. So that's how this is the benefit of LM potency. What Dr. Vushali was telling about Centesimal, that is up to 5th edition, Hahnemann. But Hahnemann practiced with more number of LM potencies, and there were at least 600 vials of LM potency available in his medical chest in Paris clinic after he expired. So he was practicing with those things. Rima Handley writes very beautifully. So this is how the comparison between 21st Jan MRI and 23rd June MRI. Because homeopathy is very slow, it took 5 months, I am sorry. Because they could not do it in 9 months. We could do it only 5 months. That was the essence of this first case. Second case, this is an old case actually. He was admitted to a big corporate hospital, diagnosed to have triple vessel disease. He was advised CABG, coronary artery bypass graft. He was like, who would love to go for surgery? Please cut it. Nobody. So he was reluctant. This was in the NIMS and it was diagnosed, and later bypass surgery referred to Dr. D. Prasad Rao. This was by Dr. B. Somaraju, a very, very famous cardiologist who established care hospital, chain of care hospitals. Then, of course, this man sent his sister, all her family members are my patients. Then he said, come on, please do something. Then I was taken to the hospital. I've seen, collected the data, adamant, headstrong, this man. Rushali, I'm coming nearer to you. Can't bear heat. Highly talkative. We both are. Anyway, today they have selected 2 speakers who could not stop talking. Hot perspiration. He was even telling hot perspiration more on left upper limb. Pain left upper limb. Aggravation lying on left. The drug is clearly evident. Even first year BHMS student would select the drug. It's very easy. Everybody would tell you. So the drug is I have given Lacosis 0/1. I gave him every too early you take it, and I was 100% sure. I was called to see the man on Sunday morning, and the operation was on Monday morning, Monday evening, because I sit only once in a day. So he came to the clinic. I said, what happened? You ran away from the hospital? No, no, no. I told him I'm feeling completely better. I said I deferred with the operation. I'll come back later. So he managed and he came back. And mind well, every 6 months or 9 months, I'm not 100% sure the frequency. At about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock, he knocks the door, and then suddenly we open the door. He'll be there with all exact picture of the coronary artery picture. He will be saying profuse perspiration. He keeps his hand on the sternal area. And first time, I think I would have fallen down with unconsciousness, but we knew it. So he comes and says, he sits there, sir, you give that tiny pill wala. You don't tell me the name. You give it to me and I will be all right. So he takes the medicine. For his sake, I had to keep that medicine in my house. Otherwise, who will keep 50 millismol at home? It is difficult. So I give it to him. I tell him take 1 hourly, and he comes next day evening to the clinic and takes for 1 month. Gaya. Another 3-4 months he doesn't come back. Very, very irregular in that. The greatest point in him is that he has tremendous confidence in the tiny pill wala medicine, and he is absolutely all right. I am so happy. In fact, this is Dr. P.S. Reddy, who wrote on the same case sheet. Earlier you would have seen bypass surgery, excellent effort tolerance with signs of ischemia, without signs of ischemia. Patient would like to defer the surgery. P.S. Reddy, that is his signature. He, in fact, practices in London, and he has a corporate hospital here in Hyderabad. So he wrote this, and he keeps this in his hand and said, he has told, I don't need to go for surgery. And I'm so happy. Holter also confirmed he's doing well without CABG even now. I'm afraid every 6 months he might knock the door again. So that is the scenario. With this man and Lacosis, LM potency, we are taking care of that. Now I'll come to case number 3. Dr. Shobha, I have 20 more minutes. Okay, I'll take care.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, 28-year-old male gentleman. I should call him as gentleman. Most of the HIV/AIDS patients, I don't call them as gentlemen. They are not gentle nor men. So that is the problem. But here he is a gentleman because he met with an accident, motorcycle accident in Nellore, and he developed right hemiplegia because of cerebrovascular accident. He was unconscious. He was admitted to Bolineni, all those things. Then they have given blood transfusion with that return gift of RVD also. So HIV was positive later on because the doctors give it like nosocomial. So RVD, retroviral disorder, HIV positive, HIV1 positive, and his viral load was very high. His CD4 not much touched. So then we have given Crotalus horridus 30 for 3 months. There was no change. In infrequent doses earlier, we thought young boy is doing well, fine. But when we have seen, usually in our HIV clinic here, in our college, we routinely give Crotalus horridus. Bruchali has told their diagnosis, and if some characteristic features, then you can give 30. But even without that, as we have done, the greatest characteristic feature was the research in vitro study in ISCT. So we have selected Crotalus horridus 30, and we don't get the lower potencies in lesser than 30. So we give 30 in that routine. We give. There was no change in this man. So I have given Crotalus horridus 0/1 to this man, and you will see the miracle. The man's Western blot became negative. Forget about CD4 and viral load. Viral load became 0, below detectable limits. Later on, target not detected. And CD4 rose to 1100. And his hemiplegia has come down completely. He was able to walk. I can't put all those reports due to a lot of constraints. Very difficult. So I have put one masked interview also in one conference. and I received a letter from IMA chief. How could you do it? We will proceed against you. Anyway, I was very happy that IMA chief was also seeing that conference. He was there in the conference. Anyway, so Western blot became negative. Now you can see here, Western blot was negative, zero negative. Here it rose, and there were like CD4 also rose. Later on, I have taken only 3 reports of this gentleman, and after some time, this boy of 28 or so, it became negative. We have kept him under observation. We can't leave him and say, come on, go into the market. We can't say that. He's unmarried still. It's a little lengthy process. The point what I want to drive at home is that I could give Crotalus aureus 0/1, basing on 2 factors. One, my favorite drug of Crotalus aureus 30 did not work. Whenever it does not work, we will have a review. Otherwise, blindly, har dafa jinda tilasmat, give Crotalus. That's what it happens in our college, because we are trained in that way. We don't have time. Second, there was right hemiplegia, there was history of injury, there was CVA, the pathology, and 2 other symptoms also characterizing for Crotalus aureus. So when it was getting qualified further and further, I thought I should go for a higher potency like Crotalus aureus 10M, 50M. Then I like LM potency, not that just like him. I also thought I can give it every day. So why can't I give it? So I gave it every day, and I'm seeing a miracle here. It has worked beyond my imagination. In that shortest period of time, it gave a zero negative report also. So that is the essence of, or that is the capability of a medicine, right remedy, right potency, and right repetition. That's what Vrushali told. Like right remedy, right dose, right repetition also is required. Hahnemann, in fact, did not want to repeat earlier. There is a small case here. 52-year-old man, he developed CRF in 2018. He was shifted to dialysis. All his parameters were piling up in spite of dialysis. In fact, you may be aware also, the man who is on dialysis, the nephrologist says, even if this fellow insists, can I go for creatinine? Why? You're happy now? Don't go for any investigation. So for months together, they don't go for it. When they come to us, when was the last test done? So when we see it would have been done 6 months back, 5 months back. So we asked them to go for it. So it was 8.8 mg when he came to us. So burning urination during and after, easily tired, hematuria with history of renal calculi. Then he was advised to go for renal transplant. Not with hematuria, but with the CRF, they said it is piling up in spite of hemodialysis 3 times a week. Better to go for renal transplant. And who would love to? And it is not easy also. And renal transplant is not a panacea also. It may not cure the kidney failure. It will have its own problems. Around 50 to 60,000 rupees worth medicines every day, every month, and lot of care, all those problems. They are really vulnerable to many infections also. So here, if you see the individual, when he came to us, he's a very stingy person. He was calculating every single pile. He could tell me how much he was incurring on his dialysis every day, including the petrol charges and the driver's salary. So I said, "Yaar, hats off to you. You are a great person. So you have already got 3 drugs into your mind. One of these 3 should be the drug. He's a sarpanch, and he really does not belong to any party. We know some of those politicians nowadays. We have to ask him today, in which party are you? Because some people keep on changing. So he is with the ruling party always. Lucky fellow. So whoever is in the ruling, he chants bhajans of that fellow, and he is in the ruling party, and he takes a lot of benefits from it. So I have selected the drug straight away, lycopodium, 0/1 daily, and he is still under my treatment. He is on lycopodium 0/30. In fact, recent. And his serum creatinine is 2.8 last. time, last report. Sorry, the frequency of dialysis has come down, not twice a week, and the doctor is not pestering him to go for the transplant. So this is how the 0/1 or 50 millisievert potency, which is very, very useful. In fact, from this platform, I should thank my Anna or my friend Dr. J. Rameshwar Rao, a homeopathic doctor turned a big business giant who established the JIMS Homeopathic Medical College. He may not be seeing it. Don't think that to please him I am talking like this. He doesn't know it also. This is for my conscience, because he has given me 250 homeopathic drugs 0/1 to 0/30 with a big wooden alimara made for it as a donation to me, as a friend. He calls me as Tammi, means younger brother, and he gave it to me. And those drugs which you cannot imagine, and they are from Helios, London. I've got Hapco, all those things, but this is a very serious treasure. In one of the cases, though it is not connected to this, I wanted to show those pictures, but that girl came day before yesterday and told, what are you asking me for latest picture? I said, you cover your face and I'll take your latest picture. She said, uncle, please, she's a very young girl, unmarried, please don't show anywhere. My father, who is an allopathic doctor, so he will kill me. So that's how I said, okay, leave it. That girl, I have given ASF 0/1. That girl does not have any other symptom other than vitiligo. And usually ASF 6X, we keep giving it when there is only one-sided disorder with physical in nature, no other quality or no other picture. So I am not able to fix up the constitution. Then I give a 6X. But here, I thought I have that Helios. So I have given 0/1, tremendous improvement. Even the eyelids, upper eyelids, they have been covered. The lips, they have been covered. So it is the capacity of LM potency which can go deeper. Hanuman, had he been alive for some more times, he could not score century. Even Sachin Tendulkar, Rushari could not score century. So 99 centuries only. Anyway, so that's how, yeah, LM potency is very useful. I'll talk for few minutes, 10 minutes I am still having. I'll talk about the theoretical part of LM potency without boring you much. Aphorism 242 in 4th edition, he says, single dose. And we have some people even in our homeopathic clan who stuck to that 4th edition. They give single dose. I am thankful to them also. 5th edition, when there is exception, you need to probably repeat the dosage. He showed in 5th edition. He evolved. Some people don't evolve. Anyway, leave it. So 6th edition are chronic diseases. He said, here you don't interfere in chronic editions, chronic diseases. But when he came to 6th edition, he said medicine should be perfectly homeopathic and it should be given in small form. It should be highly potentized, highly, because he has potentized highly with LM potency. It should be dissolved in water. In 5th edition also, plus potency, he made little dissolving in water, but that and with other enhanced dynamization, he added LM potency. Repetition should be at definite intervals. You can select depending on the necessity. I'll tell you one more example. In swine flu epidemic, one case was on the ventilator. There were 10 ventilators in that corporate hospital. All 9 people died in front of this lady. This lady's husband is an RMO in an allopathic hospital. And this man took me from our college to the hospital. And I believe in my 40 years of clinical experience, first time and probably the last time, when a pulmonologist and a physician, they invited me into ICU. They said, are you Dr. Praveen? Please come. They gave me gown. They gave me all that. I went in. I saw her gestures. She was tied to the bed. And with those gestures, I thought, at that time we were giving even inadvertently, and her gestures also, I gave arsenicum album 0/1. Because the doctors knew it, that homeopathic drug would be given. So I gave arsenicum album 0/1, and later on increased to 0/3. She was discharged. She went home. She is completely all right. And we can't share the details because that man is IMA vice president at that time in Hyderabad. So we can understand how stiff it would be and difficult for him to share his own wife's case because everybody knows it. So this is how the capacity in acute cases, you can prescribe very frequently as we do it, whether it is centesimal or decimal or anything. In acute cases, we need to prescribe little frequently. In chronic cases, you have enough time. But in chronic cases also, if you want to see the result faster, and if you want to sustain the medicine's action, then it is always preferable to go for LM potency. There will be, like, repetition should be followed with the precaution that every dose deviates. We don't usually deviate. And he also mentioned what is the benefit of diluting in water. Water, it spreads and it touches every nerve. That's how he has mentioned in that. And disadvantage of mixing it in water, preservation for a number of days is difficult. Classical prescription or dispensing of LM potency is a little difficult because you have to take 8 tablespoonful, let us say 8, 10, 12, 14, all that it is described. You take in distilled water and you put 1 globule and then stir it, suckers, and then keep it. Take 1 teaspoonful and give it to the patient, or put it into the vial and give the succussion, give it. Then again, you take 1 more, put it into the vial and give succussion, give it. So you have kept the mother solution of this 0/1, for example, for quite some time. And you are taking every time from that. Instead, I made a little change with the advice of my guru, Dr. N.S. Prashant. I made a little change in the dispensing method of 50 millismol. I believe you would love it to do it. I tell you the greatest benefit. Vishpala madam, it is economical. That is the greatest benefit. So this is general rule. Any potency may be required in any case. As Vrishali was telling, you can't fix up. I give 30. You can't fix up. I give CM. You can't fix up. So it depends on each class of case. According to Hahnemannian clinical classification of diseases, you have to fix up the class of case, and depending on that class of case, you select the remedy, you select the potency, and you also select the repetition. A well-selected remedy may be utterly or even do injury. If you give it in a wrong dosage would also cause damage. So you have to be careful. So it depends on the patient's need. The patient asks for it, please give me more number of doses or less number. More number, of course, if it is psychiatric, we give SL. It depends. Then, in general, it may be stated, curable cases, this is how one experience of a great stalwart. If there is a curable disease, it is curable with any potency. It is little difficult. This is little controversial because any potency may not cure because it depends on the susceptibility. So it probably needs an exact potency. George Vitolkas in his book writes those figures and he tells this has to match with it. The susceptibility of the individual and the drug's potency and the dose has to match with that figure, and that is imaginary figure, and it might occur. So we have to be very appropriately selecting individual case and individual drug. So 50 millismol because it is reduced to 50,000 part, and then 100 parts of water, 400 parts of water, 100 parts of alcohol, and then 100 succussions. In fact, that is the greatest advantage. So it's the potentization starts from the globule to the globule. That is in LM potency. In fact, we know very well the first man who received LM potency at the hands of Dr. Hahnemann, it was sulfur LM potency, M. Rochefort in Paris. He was given that, just for information. And we all know, Vrishali told, Katie Kent would not practice LM potency because he was not aware of it. Somebody, it seems, told, had I been there in the scene, I wouldn't have allowed Sita Mata to get out of that house. How can you be there in Ramayana? So he was not there in Ramayana. So he could not prescribe LM potency. So he was very happy with higher potencies. He had a revolution with higher potencies. Charles Pahard from France, he published also in British Homeopathic Journal Because we know there was a long lapse of time before the sixth edition came, posthumously. People did not believe it, whether it was concocted or cooked up, or it was really a hand or anything. There are some people who still believe, and we know very well there is a society in London, Square Earth Society. Still, some people believe that Earth is square, in spite of people going up and seeing it. So some people still believe that sixth edition was written by somebody else. Anyway, but Pahad and then Peresh Schmidt is great contributor. He gave lectures in Royal London Homeopathic Hospital also. So he published LM scale advantages, benefits continuously. And we know Dr. Devendra Kumar and Bose and Bijoy Bose, they introduced LM potency in 1957 in India. And first pharmacy is Hapco. It takes 6 months for you to place the order and get the drugs from Hapco. So that's what my erstwhile assistant, Dr. Vishpala knows. Sumit, who was our associate editor earlier in Kolkata, due to his personal problems, could not. So he sent me as a gift to me. So that's how from Hapco. That is what. Advantages, we all know. Reduced to such a greater extent. It is safer, highly dynamized. It can penetrate. It has extracting the disease force from life principle in a complete and permanent manner. It can be used in acute and chronic. No violent reaction. Action is immediate. Permanent gentle restoration is possible. Medicine can be repeated if you want. And you can really reduce the gap between two doses. And change of potency is very easier. And it can be used in hypersensitivity people. And it cannot produce any aggravation. It will not produce any suppression. And it can be repeated in palliation. No overdosing. Action is quick. No antidote is required. You can just stop the dosage if you're not happy with it. That itself is an indication that the dose has reached ultimate stage. You can change. Nothing will antidote the effect also. Can be safely administered. I have put stop clock also. Dismiss. To see whether I have finished 35 minutes or not. So 0 by 1 to 30. In fact, Ramanlal Patel is a great doyen of homeopathy in India who prepared 0 by 1 to 0 by 50. There are so many potencies you can see in Baroda. His Kottayam pharmacy, it produced a lot of such rare drugs also. So, but conventionally 0 by 1 to 0 by 30. And there may be a question after 0 by 30, what to do? Come back to 0 by 1. Same drug, if you still feel correct, you can give it again 0 by 1 to 0 by 30. Some people in fact use the descending order 0 by 30 to 0 by 1. Some people use 0 by 1 to 0 by 30. I use 0 by 1 to 30. It would be very useful. Toxic use medicines also like Laxis, Protalus, they can be used left, right, center without any problem. Palliative cases also. It can be used as curative and palliative. Of course, patient will be very happy also. Homeopathic aggravation is not there because of that. So frequent repetition is there. Deep acting remedies also will be there. But there are some disadvantages. Compliance is difficult because we ask them to take every day. I asked that conventional method, compliance is very difficult. I have seen in NIH when I went for an inspection. So they do in a very conventional manner. And for 90% of their patients in NIH, if I'm not wrong, so they give 50 millismol potencies. And they tell him they give it in a 100 ml liquid, one globule, and say, use karo in Bengali language, something. So that's how. And it will be difficult for him to give succussions. I don't advise. Illiterate patients must be educated. And of course, doctors must be educated, first of all. If they don't cooperate, administration and change in degree of potency, it would be a little difficult. So they may not agree with all the changes what we say. These are the disadvantages of the LM potency if it is in a conventional method. But what do I do? These are, of course, limited potencies available. because 0/1 to 0/30 is enough. Why do you require more? And all medicines are in this scale are not available. They are now making St. George's Pharmacy, as Wilmer Schwabe, SBL. They are making so many drugs, even rare drugs. And Helios, as I said, has made a lot of things. And how much amount? Like 1 globule, 2 globules. Usually it is 1 globule. Hahnemann told 1 globule. And complementary multi-miasmatic case treatment, complementaries, they are not mentioned. They apply the same for the drug. We are talking of the potency. Potency is different, drug is different. If lachesis has inimical in sepia, even in LM potency, it is inimical. It doesn't mean that I give LM potency lachesis with sepia. I don't give it. So that's how it applies. This disadvantage may not be applicable. What is my way? So I ask the patient to dissolve 1 pill in 1/4 cup of water, drinking water, no distilled water, drinking water, and take it in the morning on empty stomach. Even if he doesn't brush also, I'm not bothered. No problem. Take it, it is more powerful. So you take it. After few minutes, it may be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you can brush, you can drink coffee, you can take anything, because there are no restrictions for 50 millisecond. And as I said, Dr. Vishpala, it is very economical, because 1 gram pills of 10 size, you can give 30 pills I am using for 1 month for 1 patient. So you can imagine how beautiful it is. It is great. I am benefited. My patients are benefited with this method. You can apply. Patients are very, very happy with that method when they compared with NIH and my method. So they compared and said, we are happy. So that's how I prescribe. That is my method. I am happy. If you love it, like it, you can prescribe. It is open to everybody. They can, and they can really write back to us, to NJH. In fact, you write everything to NJH, because I am representing NJH. Here what I am talking is on behalf of NJH. So that's how we all belong to one group. So I really thank all the family members here of NJH, and now extended family, even up to 500 or even more. They have gone into Telegram. I was wondering, Telegram, I don't know how that Morse code should be typed, but Telegram we need only our mobile, so that can be done. So there are many people who are attached to NJH, and really I welcome all of you, and I thank all of you for joining our webinar, and I hope I have done my duty to the satisfaction of participants here, because Dr. Vushali was batting very fast and I tried to bat fast. The first seminar was 2020. So from today we have test matches. So it will be full length and every batsman is given enough time. Thanks a lot to everybody and including NJH. Thank you very much. In fact, to end, the masterpiece by the master hand from the mastermind, according to Dr. R.P. Patel, that is LM potency. I'm not against any other potency, but this is a master, R.P. Patel's own experience. A doyen of homeopathy, you can see, right? Thank you very much. Hahnemann says, have a cup of tea. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. Yeah, Dr. Vishpala ma'am wants to say something.
Question. So you're taking a quarter cup and putting 1 pill.
Yeah.
And then you take it once and then?
I give it in 1/4 cup of bottle. Yeah. And I ask that fellow to keep 1 pill into the cap and keep that 1 pill into 1/4 cup of water. And he doesn't need to wait for it to be dissolved. It would get dissolved very fast. The moment he keeps the cap tight again and keeps the bottle aside, that pill would have dissolved completely. So he takes the water, he is happy. That's how, that is my method, my procedure.
So what I do is take a 100 ml bottle, glass bottle, put 1 pill, put a couple of drops of SL liquid for preservative, and then give that bottle to the patient, tell him to do 10 strokes, take it once a day or twice a day as required, and then come back when it's finished.
So you are not doing that 1 teaspoonful into 1 vial of that. At least you have cut the traditional method by 25%. I have cut by 75%. So that is the only difference. So it is like you are also wearing a blouse, but I am wearing sleeveless blouse.